Hello, everybody. Welcome here on Perez Sports Network. We're so glad to have y'all with us here as we get set to go for the fourth round of the Maverik E-Truck Series season as the drivers get ready to tackle the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway here in Loudon, New Hampshire. Just a little bit of a small drive from the state capital of Concord. Glad to have y'all with us here as we tackle what New England has to offer here. It is the C4 Energy 140 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Before we get going here in today's race, let's take a look at your Hankook driver spotlight as soon as I get my free cam to work. We're going to start off here with, I think I'm going to give a spotlight to the number 16 of, who is that? Oh, that is Kane, who qualified on pole. I don't even think I need to introduce him anymore. This guy is the top bushwhacker of the league. He drops down to the truck series, tries to get himself a little bit of extra practice for the cup race later today. He's going to be the favorite to win here today, qualified on pole. However, he's going to have a little bit of stiff competition, as we're going to discuss here soon. Next up in our Hankook driver spotlight, I'm going to say the 23 of always impartial, driving that number 23 Red Bull Ram. Should be a good one to watch here today. Put up a decent run in qualifying, and I'm pretty sure that Ram will be bad fast. Maybe you can even say that Ram will have wings today for the Red Bull sponsorship. Next one up in our driver spotlight, I'm going to say Luca Pollo Paulo, whatever, aka Nico Hülkenberg, who is driving the Audi-sponsored Ram, which that has got to be a conflict of interest. By the way, that number 54 truck is going to be bad fast. Should be a good one to watch here. Anyone who's got a bin house logo on the back of their truck is going to be a truck that you need to keep an eye on. These Rams know how to drive, and they can drive fast. That being said, yes, bin house is the best, according to according to Marcel. Before we get today's race started, let's head down trackside for the national anthem. Why do you do this to me, ROBLOX? All right, let's do this. Drivers, start your engines. With that being said, the drivers are all ready to go. And a 40-lap race around the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The 1 mile paperclip. Basically, if Dover and Martinsville had a inbred baby, this is going to be a race that is going to test the driver's patience. The heavy braking zones with the flatness of the racetrack is going to really provide a challenge for the drivers today. That's going to be something to really keep an eye on throughout the course of the day. Should be a lot of fun. But the most important question here today, drivers, are you ready? And the driver's ready to go here. Let's take a look at your points standings. I do not have a graphic prepared for this, but let's take a look at your standings before we get started heading into today's race. Following the race at Shenyang Liaoning Speed Bowl, despite the fact that he ended up getting suspended after the cup race, Shoot Miss Kill currently leads the point standings with 130 points. He's also the only points-paying driver to win this season. Could a couple of the drivers behind him, including Marcel and Live Train Dictionary, aka Cal, will they try to get a win here today? Also, Luca, got to keep an eye on that Ram today for Bin House Racing, who's also above the overdrive cutoff line. Shoot Miss Kill, Marcel, Cal, Doc, and Luca are the ones above the cut line here today. Shoot Miss Kill and Marcel are in a league of their own, with Shoot Miss Kill having 130 points. Marcel has 125. All he has to do is basically not die, and he will get the points lead here today because of Shoot Miss Kill's suspension. The drivers are all ready to go. Only 2 non-points paying drivers today. That is Yotrate and Kane. Everyone else is going for championship points. Drivers are all ready to go. And the countdown is going to begin now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag in the air from New Hampshire Motor Speedway as they all barrel off into turn number 1. And a couple people get a little tight on the outside. They kind of overshoot, but everybody mostly survives, which I was very concerned about the tightness of the trucks. Doesn't seem like it was an issue in practice. That wasn't really that much of an issue in qualifying. We did have a couple of wall taps in qualifying, but other than that, it's been a pretty clean affair so far. Through the first lap here, 39 more miles to go here in the C4 Energy 140. Just pretend like it's a 140-mile race. But take a look at this, Matthew and Kane, the 2 non-points paying drivers. If you guys are going to start racing more in trucks, I will have your trucks ready by next week, I promise. But these 2 drivers, the non-points paying drivers, they're looking for this race win. Yotrate, who I believe won the truck race last week, he is currently in the lead of the race here in New Hampshire. And came into this race not even knowing what track we were racing at today. He had no practice, not even any awareness of the track we were on. Didn't qualify very well, but he is currently up in the lead of the race. He should be also our main battery saver here today as well. Oh, we got one on the wall back there. It's the pink truck of of Sour Zip, aka Little Bloodington. The British driver having a lot of issues. Oh my dear God, he's gonna send Luca into the wall. Oh, we got contact, big contact. As always, Impartial gets involved in it back there as well. Still green though, everyone kept it straight. And the Azerbaijan Technology Ford F-150 Lightning is having some issues there as he kind of gets mixed up in the back there with Luca and Always Impartial, the 2. I believe that's I know for sure Luca's truck is Bin House Racing. I'm not so sure if that's if Always Impartial is Bin House. Might be actually Angelic Junior Racing, but we're going to see a lot of these Dodges get involved. Speaking of Dodge, into 3rd place is Marcel. We got a battle for the lead. Yotrate and Kane, while I take my eyes off them for 1 second, and they're battling for the lead again. Yotrate lost the lead, and the 16 dives in way too deep going into the corner. This is going to be a big issue toward the end of the race. These guys are going to get more and more aggressive as this race progresses. They're already getting aggressive here on lap number 6 out of 40, almost, I can't do math, 25%, almost 25% of the way through the race once they get by on lap 10 to start lap 11. Oh, a little bit of contact with Matthew. Let's go on board with that, with the Yotrate machine here. Down the back straightaway, he's driving an unbranded Toyota. And this is going to be an interesting battle to the race lead. Once we get into the final stages of this race, these 2 are going to be battling tooth and nail for this win later today. They already are. Kane has been pretty dominant in the Truck Series. Got his first ever win as a non-points paying driver in the Truck Series last season. I believe it was at Bristol. Might have been a little bit sooner than that. But he has been on a tear in the lower divisions. He's a bushwhacker, but he's also getting some success in the Cup Series as well. Hopefully we'll be seeing him in the Cup race later today here at New Hampshire. Not really many battles to speak of. We did have a battle back there between, I believe it was Impartial and Little Bloodington, but I think that battle's kind of simmered up. But I think that they're going to get back into that battle here soon. This is looking like a pretty realistic race. They're starting to get spread out. Unfortunately, that is kind of a flaw with New Hampshire. With how tight the racetrack is, it can be pretty easy to get trucks or cars or whatever spread out. Pretty sure even a dune buggy would probably get spread out on this racetrack. Does provide for some pretty good entertainment, though, especially if somebody cuts a tire. 31 laps to go. Hard to believe we're already almost a quarter of the way through here. Once they get back down, let's go with your phone boy onboard camera. This is Kane v. Me battling with Matthew. And Kane trying to get the edge off of Matthew, but he is still really quick, and we can probably assume that Matthew is trying to figure out a way to save his battery as well. It just shows you how talented of a driver Matthew is. I don't mean to glaze him, but he is a really good driver. He's fast even when he's fuel saving. He's easily the best battery saver in the electric racing tour, hands down. He's proved that. He won the race at Portland a couple seasons ago by saving his battery, ran out of fuel the second he crossed the line. And he has just been a driver that people have been fearing the past couple of years. But let's see here. This is just his warm-up race. He is starting to pull away from Kane. Talk about the highest position driver who's going for points. This is Marcel, currently in the third place. Now, like I said, all he has to do is basically breathe, and he basically takes the points lead, currently in the points lead right now. You can thank Shoot Miss Kill for being a complete moron in the Cup race in Shenyang last week, but he is in a very good spot. Took the championship lead after the race in Daytona, and he has just, so far, he's just not looked back. Well, we got a battle actually starting to shape up. Cal, always impartial, and Little Bloodington, all kind of, well, I guess Cal's a little further. Oh, we got trouble. He gets aspect. The 23, I'm going to have to ask you to watch the send, buddy. And Little Bloodington, I would not be surprised if he tries to retaliate the same way you would in F125. He's going to send him in. Overshoots the corner. I knew he was going to do that. And it ends up costing him even more time as he's going to war with the Angelic Racing Dodge, or Ram. They're two separate entities. And you kind of knew Little Blooding. I don't even think he was intending to retaliate, but he was trying to outbrake him. You can definitely see. He wasn't trying to take him out. He was just trying to get the advantage on him in the corner. You know, Little Bloodington kind of hates these ovals, but he's trying everything he can to get as much as he can out of that truck. Just couldn't quite get it on that corner. Lap number 16 here. We are getting close to the halfway mark in the C4 Energy 140. These drivers are putting on their talents here in New Hampshire. But the crazy thing is, Matthew is only just about a straightaway away from lapping driver. Actually, I should say him and Kane. These two drivers are battling for the lead again. You can't separate these drivers for very long. Matthew on the bottom, the 16 in that lower middle lane. These guys are coming up on lap traffic. It's going to be an NR 2003 moment here. If you've ever played NR 2003, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those lap cars don't move for anybody. But this is going to be an interesting thing. Once they do, they are going to get up to that lap traffic unless pit stops come here. Which I'm kind of wondering. I think they can make it to lap 30 on battery. I'm not sure. I thought I copied over the Cup Series battery consumption to the trucks. If I didn't, then we might be screwed. But still, a really good. This is going to be interesting to see. We got two separate battles. I see Cal back there. He's battling with Little Bloodington for that sixth place spot. Battle for the lead. We're not taking our eyes off that. I wish we could do split screen here. Getting a drink there. I got some coffee. Black Rifle Coffee Company, not sponsored. But Kane v. Me riding the back bumper. They're racing extremely hard, but the important thing is they are racing clean. This is some of the cleanest racing I've ever seen in a D2 in any league. At least on Roblox. Usually, you don't see this crap in, like, Papermate, man. This is, like, crazy. Crazy how clean these drivers are. But it's time to lock the server. We are officially past the halfway mark here in New Hampshire. We got a three-way battle for 5th now, as always impartial, Little Bloodington and Cal, a.k.a. Oh, he's into the inside wall. And Cal, one of the rookies, brought in by the now retired Regent Gaming 5, brought in into the Greater Calumet Garage outfit, and then number 61, Rivian, still trying to get his sea legs under him, but he's doing okay here in this race. He is dead last. He's been last all day, but he's still doing everything he can. But those lap cars, you know, they're going to be a bit of an issue now, because we can see Yotre and Kane in the back mirror of Cal. I'm still waiting to throw the blue flag here, but that is going to eventually happen. Okay, Lil Bloodington, I'm going to say keep it off the wall one more time. Cal's around. He spins himself out. One car accident, no caution. And Cal is officially the first one to lap down. I think he was just trying to get out of the way. He knew that they were going to come up to him. Now this is going to make things interesting again. It's going to be an NR 2003 moment with these lap cars. This is going to really throw a wrench into the system for these two leaders. The question is, will one of these drivers use a pick or use the lap trucks as a pick? There's a little bit of strategy involved with some of these lap trucks. Ooh, Little Bloodington has a wheel hop going into turn 1. Sorry. Lap number 25. 16 laps to go here in New Hampshire. 2 separate battles all under a blanket. Battle for the lead and the battle for 5th. I'm going to say blue flag to Little Bloodington. Go to the top side, try to let the leaders by. Ooh, contact between the leaders and the lap truck. There, this is going to be 3 wide. What do they got? Okay, blue flag to always impartial. Blue flag. Let the leaders by. 29, let the leaders by, or 23. Okay, green flag. Blue flag has been lifted. That might have just ignited the battle between Little Bloodington and always impartial. Was that an official's assisted pass there? Oh, impartial! Oh, he's driving the back bumper of Little Bloodington. This is a big battle for 5th place. Oh, we got one into the wall. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Into the pit barrels. A big shunt. Race back to the line. That'll give Cal and Impartial their laps back. Dower Zip, due to being the cause of the caution, will not get the lap back. However, he just helped out a bunch of others here. Ooh, and a big shunt by Impartial. Well, it should go without saying, but pit road is going to be open. Lap trucks, you do not have to do another lap. You do not have to do another lap. I will change your laps for you. Pit road is open. And the battle between Kane and Matthew is definitely some of the best racing I have ever seen New Hampshire produce. New Hampshire is capable of good racing, I guess. I didn't think that. But, pit road is open. We have 3 takers. Kane is going to give up that track position. Impartial is going to come down pit road, and so is Cal. Yeah, Little Bloodington, I'm going to start watching those sends more. Don't do that. That kills people. Carl, that kills people. All right, pit road countdown is starting now. Do not jump. Did I forget to put a limiter down there? Well, I guess we're going back to the 80s, guys. No pit road speed limit. first one out of pit road. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. Lil Blunnington, dude, I mean, like, even in Formula 1, dive bombing is frowned upon, dude. I mean, I get you're British, but that doesn't mean you get to be a terrorist. Hold on, wait, Marcel, we caught that on live stream, so let me double check here. We'll review that real quick for you. So red flag is out to review a possible terrorist infraction on pit road. Been a little bit of a oh, we had an incident on pit road for sure. Not the one I'm looking for though. No, it's fine. It's fine, we're good. All right, once we change laps, it'll be 10 laps to go. Or actually, no, we do 3 laps here, so it's gonna be 9 to go actually. Yeah. So 9 to go, first caution. Cautions breed cautions, though, so this will be interesting. I wish my fucking... There's somebody spraying weeds outside, and my fucking dog is just going ballistic. I'm gonna beat her. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna beat her, but I will turn her into Chinese food. All right. Countdown begins in 3, 2, 1. Okay, countdown begins now. Nobody jumped from what I saw, although Kane did have a pretty good start there. We'll probably still review it. We're going to go to VAR like it's soccer. Uh-oh, 3 wide. Oh, shoot. Our zip is still a lap down, right out the yellow, so it's... Okay, I can confirm nobody jumped the start. I look back at the video, nobody jumped the start. We're good. Keep in mind, if a yellow comes out, that's going to put everybody back on the lead lap. But that does not mean you get to cause a caution, Bloodington. So with that, Kane currently leads, followed by Matthew, Marcel, and Luca. Nico Hülkenberg with a big send into the corner. We also got some contact back there with Cal, Zauerzip, and Impartial. Luca down to the bottom. That's not just a teammate. That's his team boss. Oh, there's going to be some talks in the garage after that one. Luca trying his damnedest to take out his team owner. Brake check in the middle of the corner. 26 is not happy. I don't think he did that on purpose. We got to create drama somehow. Man, it's a civil war here at Bin House Racing, but they could be battling for the lead here eventually because there's a battle for first as well. Kane versus Matthew. I forgot that he even existed. And then you got Marcel and Luca. We got also a 3-car, or I guess technically 2 truck, because that's only 2 trucks battling for position. That's Cal and Impartial battling for position back there for 5th. 5 laps to go. Oh my God, something happened. Somebody committed an Adam Petty. Although, proving that Adam Petty's death was a skill issue because he survived. Matthew is going to stay in second, or he's going to cough up first place. But here comes Marcel. He's going to look to second place. He's currently up into 3rd place. He got a little bit of a boost from his teammate. Dive down to the bottom. This is your FedEx onboard camera. He's going to bump him going into the corner. Rubbin's racing, fellas. A little bit of contact is okay as long as you're not full-on sending him. It's fine. Bump and run is allowed here. It is oval racing. But These drivers are getting aggressive. Oh, and Marcel may have just lost all that momentum. He had to let off in the corner there. And now he's kind of relying on whether or not Matthew decides to be aggressive with Kane. 2 laps to go here in New Hampshire. This race is a wicked pisser. And look at this. Kane is under threat by Matthew. 1.5 miles to go here in New Hampshire. Battle also raging again between the 2 bin house trucks. Down the final corner. 1 lap to go, presented by Hankook. Who's going to win here in New Hampshire? And Matthew's starting to get a little desperate. He's hugging the bottom. Kane is holding on to it as well. Down the backstretch for the final time. Matthew gets into the wall. Down to the final corner. Matthew sends it in. Did he overshoot? I think he did. Kane trying to hold on. Off the final corner, Kane is going to win at New Hampshire. Picks up his 2nd truck win of the season. Matthew 2nd, Marcel 3rd, Luca 4th. Impartial, that's a top 5. What a race here in New Hampshire, and they win the trophy. Usually when you think of NASCAR in New Hampshire in the same sentence, it usually doesn't really translate to very good racing, at least not in the last 10 years, but that was a good one. And of course, Kane picks up the win here in the Truck Series. He'll try to do it again in the Cup Series later today. We'd like to remind you today's victory is fueled by the same ones who fuel you. Victory's first stop is presented by Maverik, Adventure's first stop. And he's going to burn it down here on the front straightaway here in New Hampshire. Unfortunately, no lobster involved with this victory lane celebration like it is in the Cup Series. But still, it always feels good to win at New Hampshire. A track that's been on the schedule since the 90s. Was in a little bit of controversy back in 2000 with the deaths of Kenny Irwin and Adam Petty. Although that was a whole can of worms there about driver safety back in 2000, but Kane gets it done, another win. We basically expect him. Kane is just taunting him at this point. Saying, oh, speaking of bonus points, Kane, thanks for reminding me. Let's take a look. Oh my God, let's take a look at your Ionity fastest lap. That's going to go to Kane. So let me get this straight. Qualified on pole, won the race, and also got the fastest lap. He completely swept this race. That's just pure domination for Kane. So no bonus points for anybody, no points at all, really. He's got, if this was the Cup race, he would have gotten 75 points out of it because of the bonus points. But Marcel gets the points lead out of this race, and he's wearing, by the way, this is a bit of a plug, by the way, for us. We do have merch in our ERT Race Hub. This is a custom shirt that I made. I took the, I'm not going to say its name, but I took a certain flag and made it into a certain meme that Mercedes is associated with. You can get that in our ERT Race or our Race Hub store. Get yourself a cool shirt. We also got some pretty good designs. We got some more coming soon as well. So, oh shoot, I forgot to do the confetti. Let me just get down there real quick. Sorry about that, Kane. I'm not trying to waste your time, dude. Yeah, it was made by Azerbaijan Technology, because they're terrorists. I'm just joking. But the race winner today is Kane. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Narrows, you might want to take, if you're watching, bud, you need to step it up, because Kane is winning in your truck. He's just slapped his big girthy cock on the table with that truck and just rubbed it all over. You haven't won once. You need to step it up. All right. Today's trophy is just a regular trophy that I handmade. That's it. Nothing really that special. But the picture is going to be taken here in 3, 2, 1. Picture. There we go. I was trying to get the Discord overlay out of the picture there, but Kane gets it done here in Hankook Victory Lane. Best part is it's not over yet. We still have the Cup race to go here here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the SR1. Or I forgot the name of the freaking race. It doesn't matter, but it's we're gonna do it anyway. Later on today, it's gonna be the SR1 Equipment 200 for the Hankook E-Cup Series. Should be a good race here, as New Hampshire has already proven once today. Hopefully the Cup race isn't complete cancer. We do have a couple drivers that are going to be out today. We know that Michelina is up in the mountains today, the Swiss Alps, and we also know that Yanov is doing something in Brazil, probably burning down a building or something. But we're going to still have a good race today. That'll be coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Perez Sports Network, the best sports on the best network. And until next time, and you know there'll be a next time, have a good one. Kane nabs the win at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.